Hi, in today's video we're actually going to show you how to replace the lights on a RA-2390. Now we have already went ahead and removed the filters on the Range Hood. So if you're unfamiliar with that, go ahead and watch our previous video that will show you step by step how to remove the filters. Now since we are going to be gaining access to the electrical component panel, you're going to want to make sure that the power has been disconnected to the unit before you start working in this area. So now that the power has been disconnected, let's go ahead and start by removing this panel. And this panel is actually held in place by 7 screws. It's going to be these top 2 right here, so 1 and 2 at the top, and then on the lower section it's actually held in by 5. So 1 here, 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 and 1 that's sitting behind the actual cables over here, these wires. We also need to remove this latch that's holding on to the actual power cables. So that makes it 5 right here. So we're going to be removing these 2 as well. Let's begin. Okay, now that we have all 7 screws removed, 2 from the top and then 5 at the bottom, including the one that's holding all of the power cables. Now we're going to start by removing this panel from the bottom left. So you're going to lift at an angle and slide it right out. There you go. Now you've gained access to the control panel. Okay, now that we have access to the control panel, we're actually going to go ahead and then remove the twist tie that's on here. Now you may have a zip tie. If that's the case, you're actually going to want to go ahead and then cut it, but make sure not to cut any of the wires. So in this case, we're actually using a twist tie. So let's go ahead and take that off. Okay, set it aside. Now we actually have access to the connections for the lights, which is what we're going to be removing next. Okay, now that we removed the zip tie or the twist tie, as you can see, now we have access to the actual light connections. So before we start, make sure you find out which light needs replacement, whether it be the left or the right. Go ahead and follow the wires that are coming from the actual light fixture itself. So we're going to start with the right one. So we're going to follow this cable right here, and once we get to the connection, there's actually going to be a push clip on here. So you can just go ahead and then with one hand push on the back, pull on the main base, and as you can see, the light has now been disconnected. Once this part is done, then you can simply go through the inside and you're going to push on the back of the filter, back on the light fixture towards the outside. So I'm going to go in here, push out. As you can see now, the spring mechanism has been disengaged. Now you can simply guide your wire out and you're ready to replace your light fixture. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and reinstall our new LED replacement light, which is right here. So first things first, we're going to actually want to go ahead and make sure whichever the wire is facing to go ahead and then place that so it faces towards the center of the unit. So let's go ahead and feed that through first. So the wire goes in first, and then okay, we got it lined up. Now you can just simply go ahead and then with both fingers go ahead and press the filters, press the actual springs on the light fixture in onto the base. Okay, now as you can see, it's now seated properly. The light's not going to come out. Now go ahead and grab the wire right here and go ahead and reconnect it to the transformer, which is right there. Okay, now the light's connected and been reinstalled, and we're just going to go ahead and go ahead and reverse everything, and we'll be good to go.